Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, everywhere you are. I just want to come here live. I hope few of you guys can join me. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Good morning. How was your week? Did you have a good week? I just want to come here live. Okay, so I am going to you guys kind can join me. So I'm coming here today. I'm not gonna waste any of your time. I am going to speak on H-1B, H-1B petition, because this is the filing season of H-1B petitions. It's coming up. I did a video a few weeks ago on H-1B. I'm coming back to give you a 101 H-1B process preparation from beginning to the end. If you are an employer and you are wondering how can you petition an H-1B employee, like where to start, where to begin. If you are a potential employee, either you are here as a student and then you've been working under OPT, or you have an opportunity, you're being approached by US employer, they want to petition for your H-1B, but they want to know where to go, where to begin. This is a video for you. So I hope you are here with me. And as always, I have some PowerPoint presentation to go along, just in case you don't understand what I'm saying, or what I'm saying seems like to be gibberish. You have a PowerPoint presentation to help you to go along with me. And please, before I go, subscribe and follow, like, and share, so everybody else can have access to this video. So without, talking too much, then get into the presentation. So let me share my screen. I am going to share my screen right here. I believe this is it. And then click share, because sometimes I do share and then it doesn't even work. So I believe now it has shared, right? Let me double check if it has shared. It should be shared right now. Anyways, I'm going to start from the beginning. Let me present myself again. And actually, by the way, I'm going to record this video because I want to keep it. Now, where is the record button? Okay. Okay. Record. Okay. Record it because I want to share with everyone else. Let me again check if okay, yeah, it's on. So I'm going to have this for screen for you. So my name is Claudine Gassana. By now you should know me. For those who don't know me, I am Claudine Muhire Gassana. I am an immigration attorney based here in Houston, Texas, but I represent clients all over 50 states, even outside of the US, those who are pursuing immigration path to the United States via work visa, student visa, immigrating like a green card or other visas. And I come here to provide updates, to provide tools, knowledge on immigration law. And, again, please do not stay with me, because today I'm giving you one-on-one H-1B preparation and filing. Okay, let's get started. Yes. So yeah, we're going to talk about the process, the filing fee, the registration timeline, and everything. So in the last video, I did present on here, on this YouTube channel. I talked about the H-1B cap and the H-1B process, or the registration process that's coming up. So today, actually, after I did give a presentation, USCIS announced that the initial registration process will begin on March 1st, 2022, and is going to end on March 22nd, 2022. What does this mean? So that means a US employer, like, as I explained before, the H-1B petition is filed by a US entity, a US employer, on behalf of a non-immigrant or a foreign national with a bachelor's degree or equivalent in a specialty occupation. So in this case, you have already, if you're watching this video, in this case, you have already found an employer and they are in the process of filing for your H-1B. So what are they going to do? So the employer by themselves or with the help of an attorney, they have beginning of February 22nd, they can set up an account. They set up an account on this site. So, we try to put on the images for you to see, but the account is on my account. Oops, go back. On myaccount.uscis.gov, users /sign_up. So that's an account. Each employer has to sign up in order to register online. So there's no paper registration. Everything is done online. And if you have an attorney, the attorney can register on behalf of the employer as a representative. And then what happened? So as we discussed before, a company register as a company, and then they include the employee, the potential. So a company can want to hire more than one H-1B worker. So each employee or potential employee is going to be registered, and the employer must pay a $10 fee per registrant. Okay, so once you submit your registration, you will see a status section that will change throughout the fiscal year. So, so the submitted registrations will remain in consideration for selection until the end of the year. Last time, in the last video, I discussed how USCIS may perform more than one selection. That's why this one, starting on March 1st, is going to be an initial selection period, because as we discussed, they may run multiple 2 or 3 more selections throughout the year before they close or they finalize the process. However, you only have a chance between March 1st and March 18th, 2022 to send in your registration, make sure everything is set up, okay? All right, so in the end, those who are selected, they will be given a go-ahead in filing the H-1B petition, and that's what we're going to focus on during this video. It's like, in case you have been selected, then what happened. But those who have not been selected, they will usually wait to see if, during the processes, they will be, or hopefully be selected the second time or the third time. So those who are not selected, they will be issued a letter, or there are also sometimes those who are denied because probably something went wrong. You tried to register 2 people at the same time, or you did not, you missed your employer's information, necessary information. So that's why it's very important to hire an attorney, because you may not know what to do, and not hire every attorney you find. Hire an immigration attorney who has experience and who has done H-1B throughout the years. Okay. So now, say you have done the initial registration, it has succeeded. I'll show you later the timeline of when will you know when to file, when to proceed with the H-1B process. But let's say you have been selected. Now, what do you do? Because that's what we are about to talk about today. So we are focusing on the H-1B process. What do I do? I have been selected. Yeah, so what is next? So that's what I'm here to tell you. So the H-1B process requires multiple things, like as we discussed. So the first step is for the employer to get, you already know this person has a bachelor's degree, you have a specialty occupation. So now I need to get a wage, the prevailing wage. So to protect the workers, the U.S. workers, the U.S. government, when the U.S. Congress, when it enacted this law, it made a condition that yes, you can hire foreign workers. However, you have to make sure the wage or the salary is not below the prevailing wage in the location where you will be that foreign national will be employed. So that is why before an employer files a petition to hire someone from in H-1B work visa, they have to file a labor condition application with the Department of Labor. Before they do that, though, they have to get what's called a wage survey, and to see the prevailing wage. Let's say I'm hiring somebody to be a computer engineer, or systems engineer. So we have to go through the Department of Labor website to get the wage survey to see, okay, first of all, is it a level 1 or level 2 or level 3 or level 4? So level 1, level 2, level 3, it's however you understand it. Okay, somebody who just came out of school is a level 1. So you have to hire, the wage has to be level 1, and you have to see, okay, then where is the employer located? The employer is located in Houston, Texas. So that means then we have to see, okay, in Houston, Texas, which county? The county of Harris. Harris County is is the biggest county in Houston. Most corporations, most companies are located in the Houston area, but there are exceptions. The Houston area is big, but it's for the sake of this presentation, they say it's in Harris County. So we have to see, okay, in Harris County, the systems engineers, level 1, how much are they paid? And then the employer has to see, okay, let's say they're paid $70,000. So that means on your labor condition application, you can only pay an H-1B employee the salary that's at least equal or above the prevailing wage. That is why before a U.S. petitioner, a U.S. employer files for the H-1B work visa, for an individual, they must obtain the labor condition application. They must attest that when they hire a system engineer, level 1, that system engineer will be paid a salary not less but equal or above the prevailing wage in Harris County. So that's the purpose of the labor condition application. And the U.S. The process to find the FCA, it takes 10 to 15 days. So once once it is certified, then you have a go ahead to move forward with the rest of the filing. So what's next after the labor condition application has been certified? That's when you start the petition. So we say H-1B petition. All petitions are filed on forms. So the form you use to file for the H-1B, it is Form I-129. It is found on uscis.gov. It's a lengthy form. You have to provide the employer's information, the tax ID of the employer, the gross revenue when the company was formed, the number of employees, and how much, what is the labor certification number certified, the wage, and the number of hours. Is it going to be a full-time or part-time? And then the actual job description, like what is the job duty. So the Form I-29 is used for most non-immigrant petitions, but for each petition for H-1B, you will need I-129, H-1B data collection, and I-129H supplement. So the data collection is pertains to, okay, that's where you see, is this H-1B cap? Do I need to get selected? And that's a yes. Because there are other exceptions or exemptions from the cap that we discussed in the past or we discuss later. For the purpose of this presentation, we're only talking about the H-1B cap. So, and also on the H-1B data collection form, that's where you choose how many employees do you have, if you have to pay the filing fees that we will discuss soon. Let's keep watching. You have reason to keep watching. Don't, watch. This is not going to be a long video. I try to do short version because, we have so much to do, but it's very important that we go step by step instead of mixing. So you have this form I-129, you have form I-129 data correction, you have I-129H correction. And if you are represented by an attorney, there's also form G-28 for the attorney to enter appearance to represent you. Now, we already know the H-1B is not for everyone. It's for people with specialty education, right? So you have to provide evidence that your employee or you, the foreign national who needs the H-1B, qualifies for this type of work visa, right? So number one, even the beginning, before you do everything, the job description is very key in how you get your H-1B approved. Your attorney, that's why you hire an attorney. Really the main job of an attorney, other than just helping you navigate this whole process, it is to make sure the job description matches the specialty occupation requirements. So the job description is very key, and it has been a source of so many denials. It has been source of so many requests for additional evidence, even litigation, it has been an issue. So the job description is key because the job title, they don't care about the job title. The same way as we go, you can have a diploma, but USCIS or the US government needs more than a diploma to see that you're really, really an engineer, for example, or you have that, you have the skills of someone with a bachelor's degree in a determined field, okay? All right, so now, like I said, you need evidence. You can't just say, okay, I'm an engineer. You can't say I'm an attorney, I'm a lawyer, okay? And here's my diploma. I cannot just show you my diploma here. I need to show you all my transcripts, right? All the years I went to school, year number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So the bachelor's degree is really accepted in the US. You have to have at least done 4 years of education. There are exceptions in some countries where they have done 3 years, and that has also been subject of contention, but there are ways to go around it. You can have 1 year more of a master's, and then you can fulfill the specialty occupation requirement. So if you went to the United States college, if you had a bachelor's degree or master's degree in the US, then you just need to get your bachelor's degree, diploma, plus all your transcripts. But if you went to a non-US university, you, in addition to providing your diploma and your transcripts, you have to get equivalency evaluation. And that really usually is done in the beginning before even you consider hiring someone. You hire an attorney, you say, okay, this person has this diploma, then you have to go through equivalency evaluation, because if it turns out the evaluation comes back and they say, oh, well, this person does not really have an equivalent of a US bachelor's degree, then you have gone through all this work for nothing. So it's very important, again, to get a job, to qualifications of your foreign national. If they didn't attend a US institution of higher education, you need to get an equivalency evaluation of their diploma and transcripts, and also, translation if it's not in English. So sometimes if it's not in English, they're going to be translated in English, and then they will be evaluated. In addition to that, you have to have a job description that matches an employment or a position of a specialty occupation, okay? Yeah, so sometimes you can qualify for H-1B even if you didn't have a formal education. By combining education, experience, and training, you can be able to show, okay, I have the equivalence of a U.S. bachelor's degree in this field, right? It has to be in a determined, a specific field. You can't say I have a bachelor's degree in everything. No, it has to be in a specific field, right? Like we discussed in the last videos. Please go back and check them. So, so the education, specialized training, and progressively like experience also can be equivalent to a bachelor's degree. Okay, now, right. So if you also being employed as a physician, if you are being employed as an attorney, if you're being employed as a nurse, if you are being employed in any field that requires license, you have to show that you have obtained license or you are eligible and you have sat for the license, and the license will be ready before you start your position, before your H-1B is approved and you start working. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, a contract is not necessary. It could be in a form of oral agreement, and then you put in a support letter. That's the attorney will be able to help you with that. You don't necessarily need a contract, with some exceptions. Okay. Right. So I already talked about the H-1B data collection and the H-1B supplement. These are the forms we need to file. And in the end, I will give you like a summary of what we discussed. So sometimes you may need to file for a premium processing, right? Like, okay, I know I'm selected. Now I need to I need the USCIS to approve within 2 weeks. So, but however, though, in the past, USCIS has been, sorry for that noise, USCIS has removed the option of premium processing for H-1B cap cases until later in the year. Okay. All right. So now, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I lost connection, Let me get back to it. Sorry, sorry about that. Let me share the screen again. We're almost there. Yeah, let me share. I'm really sorry about that. So I hope you can still see. All right, so I was saying that there are filing fees that are required. So again, let me do this. So yeah, able to see the filing fee. So the registration fee for each employee is $10. Even if they don't get selected, the employee is gonna lose it. That's what it is. So the form I-129, the petition, is $460 per case, right? So now we already talked about the H-1B data collection. That data collection also determines whether the employer has more than 25 employees or less. So if the employer has more than 25 employees, then they have to pay an additional $1,500. It's called training fee. Or if the employer has less than 25 employees, they pay $750. And this fee, the aqua fee, let me highlight it. Oh, sorry, can only be paid, must be paid by the employer. So, and all the other fees, there's a gray area, and we always advise that the employer pays all the H-1B petition fees for reasons that sometimes, may come up in the future, like litigation, or, okay, was this, did Did basically the foreign national pay you to hire them? So it's better than the employer pays all the fees, but for sure, this educational and training fee, the American Competitive and Workforce Improvement Act, must be paid by the employer. And there's also a fraud prevention fee of $500. So we already talked about the premium processing. However, the premium processing, it is not, I'm still sharing with you guys. Let me double check. Are you guys still here? Are you guys still here? Okay, I hope you are. And I'm so sorry for the delay. And thank you for everybody who's watching. Really, I appreciate. Okay. All right, so let's get back to it. Yeah, so the premium processing, it may come later in the process if USCIS allows for premium processing. The premium processing, again, is for in order to obtain an H-1B decision, an approval within 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So now I want to give you a quick recap because I talk too much. So basically, what do you need? So once you have been selected, because this is when you have been selected, I'm not going to go back to the selection period. Here's what you need. The employer file for the labor condition application. Once the labor condition application is certified, then you move forward with preparing the forms, Form G28, Form a copy of the selection that the beneficiary was selected, Form I-129, Form I-129 H-1B data collection, and Form I-129H supplement. And then you have to provide those supporting documents. You're hiring somebody to perform the system engineering position, or to be a teacher, or to be a marketing analyst. Do they have a degree that is equivalent to a US bachelor's degree at least, or more, or a master's degree? Also, we talked about that. Yes. Do they go to the US institution of education, a university or a college? Yes. Then that's good. You have your diploma and transcripts. Did they go to a non-US institution? Like, did they go to school outside of the US, like in another country? Yes. Then you need to have equivalency evaluation. And so what are they actually going to do? Because the job title by itself is not enough. So you need a job description. You need, sometimes USCIS requires you to show, okay, why does your organization need somebody with, why do you need a marketing analyst? Why do you need an engineer? Why do you need an attorney? Why do you need to hire an accountant? So, you provide, all the attorney will help you to provide the evidence to show like why you need that. Okay, and then of course, if somebody is here in the US, they have to show that they have maintained status. You cannot be out of status. That's why you need to order Form I-94. Your passport, you need a valid passport for 6 months. You need to have all your I-20 forms and all the other documents are showing you are in status. You never overstayed your status, your US status. Okay. So yeah, and of course, when you file an H-1B, you need to send a duplicate copy, because if somebody's here or if they're gonna need a visa, once USCIS approve the petition, they usually send the application in the channels so it can go to the US Embassy that you will choose the person will obtain a visa from. Okay, so, and I give you the H-1B registration process timeline. So February 22nd, the petitioner can start registering. You can start the registration so that on March 1st, you send in your application. So, like the registration process can take time because you need to put all the employer's information. If you want to hire more than one person, you need to get their information, their names, their date of birth, their passports, to know, like I say, you have to be able to know, is this person really going to qualify for H-1B, or do I need to save this spot for someone else? So that's why they give you a little bit of, a week to prepare. And then on March 1st, you will be able to begin the process and at noon Eastern. And then March 18th, that's when they close. So if you did not register, that's it. You have missed your time. That's why we really encourage people. If you need to hire an attorney right now, this is the time to hire an attorney so that you are ready to go. March 1st, you send your registration, in and you don't lose any time. But if you approach an attorney on March 15th, really, that is really stretching it. You may not be able to succeed because now we are even booked. This is a busy season, so it's better to approach an attorney right now to get started. Okay. So you normally, because this the rest of it's not, we're not sure yet, but normally by March 31st, USCIS will have made its first selection. That means once you have on March 31st, you will receive a notice, a notification online. Yes, you have been selected. Go ahead and start applying. That means, then you start to file the petition between April 1st and October 1st, because the start date is October. And as I discussed before, there may be a couple more. There may be a couple more selection, depending on different reasons. They have more cases. Maybe they didn't get enough registrations. So they may give us at least 2 more selection period. Okay. Okay. So the normal processing time for H-1B is between 6 months and 8 months. That is why there is an option for premium processing. So these are the California Center, Nebraska, Texas. So you will know where to file depending on where the employer is located. Okay. Okay. Now, I thank you so much for watching, and thank you. And again, subscribe and follow us on all these platforms. We post daily or weekly, so you don't miss any of the information. Share this video, and please go ahead and like and comment. Give me feedback. Tell me what you feel about this presentation, and what would you like to know more in the future. Okay, thank you, and you have a great day. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing right now, and I'm going to end this recording. I thank you so much, and you have a great